I want to take a moment just to share some tips with you if you're working from home or from a location other than your workplace. There are some simple things that you can do in order to ensure that you remain safe and secure in your daily practices. Generally, when you go home and you're working from home, and that's becoming a bit of the new norm for a lot of people now, your sense of awareness of security risks can in fact drop because you're in a comfortable environment. So one of the things is just to be aware that even though you're in your home environment, it's important to remain vigilant about the sort of work that you're doing, the websites that you're going to, the emails that you're receiving, attachments you're opening, etc. Many homes don't have a firewall in place. Even though you might get a router that says on there it's got a firewall in it, it's not really a firewall. That's a separate discussion, but don't fall for the fact that it's a firewall when it's not. So you have to be extra careful with anything that you are opening or any websites you go to. Legitimate websites can be compromised as well. The banner ads, they can be a real source of malware being introduced to computers. So take extra care when you are at home working there and any websites you go to. If you have the ability to turn on multi-factor authentication, or otherwise called two-factor authentication for any of your logins, be they personal or work-related, have that turned on as well. What I expect to see, in fact this is not just me, this is within the IT industry, we're expecting to see a massive upswing in cyber attacks over these next few months. In fact, it's already begun. If you do some searching around about COVID-19 or coronavirus cyber attacks, there's lots of different articles and warnings around the place. And what is happening is the bad guys, we'll call them the bad guys, they are taking advantage of people being in a state of panic, and they are sending them fake emails, fake text messages, making phone calls and catching them out there. So you need to be extra vigilant, on your guard about these sort of cyber attacks. One thing, the government is not going to send you an email asking you to go and click on a link. They will send you an email to say that you've got a message waiting in your MyGov in Australia, and then you go there and read that message. They're not going to tell you to install something or click this link to read more information. So don't fall for those traps. Also, text messages, if they've got a link in there to click to go to a website, just be extra careful about that as well, because a lot of those are fakes. I've got a couple of page document here which I'm going to make available for you to download. It's not salesy, it's not super technical, they are just simple, practical tips to take in mind. A lot of these things you can do yourself, having a surge protector, having your screen at good height so you're not getting a crick in your neck. In the home environment where you've got personal devices and you've got work devices, and if you don't have a firewall, here's a great tip. Don't have the personal devices and the work devices turned on, connected to the internet at the same time. Key reason being, if your personal device, which tends to have a lower security profile, has something malicious on it, you don't want it getting to your work device, and if that work device also has a VPN through to your office, you've punched a hole through your firewall. The infection goes from the personal computer to the work computer, straight into the corporate network. That's not a good outcome. So don't have them on at the same time, or better yet, have a firewall in place. I'll make this available, share the information around. If you've got any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out. We're here to help. There's a lot of panic, there's a lot of fear, uncertainty and doubt getting around the place, and we want to bash through that and just keep everybody safe and working well. So stay safe. Thanks.